Falling for Fabulous live autumn peel and reveal. And today we're talking all about peels. As the summer goes by, everybody starts the fall and September with, oh my gosh, you have to get a peel. You have to get the summer off of you. And I'm sure if you have been anywhere or underneath a rock or somewhere, you've heard of glycolic, lactic, Kojic, Arbutin, TCA, and the V peel that goes, the list is endless. And I'm going to try to cover them today to give you a little insight into actually peeling. I'm Nancy Reagan, the Ageless Skin Coach, and I'm here in the Skin Diva Glow Club to help you get confident, glowing, and staying ageless, but also having the knowledge that you need when you go in for skin treatments, or really understanding how you're supposed to take care of your skin. So for starters, we're going to have a little tiny skin lesson. And the outside of your skin is actually what you see is dead skin. And that skin and the pH of the skin and how it sits on your skin is basically dead skin, but it's there to protect you. So when you do massive, like giant peels and you're peeling off multiple layers and you're getting down to a dermis layer in some cases, then you are opening yourself up for immune issues, and the skin has to rebuild itself to actually be able to protect you again. So the process that it goes through can be damaging to the skin because it's starting all over to rebuild itself. So what you're trying to do when you're talking about peeling is you're trying to very lightly exfoliate so that you can encourage the collagen and the elastin to rebuild. So you're trying to speed up the skin cycle. You're not trying to disrupt the whole skin balance. And that's what happens when you have some of these major peels. So to give you an example, glycolic was one of the first acids that we worked with years and years ago. It's actually a sugar acid, and it can go up to extremely high levels. Being a sugar acid, and all of these acids really, sometimes people talk about them being new, but lactic acid, for example, is a milk acid. They've been around for years and years and years. It's just that they were used from the fruit and from fruit acids. So you'll see that there is a lot of difference in the peels and what they do and how it can change the skin. There's some that like arbutin and kojic and malic acid. You find those often in like a fruit enzyme. So if you're using a fruit enzyme, you can find those in a fruit enzyme, but it's blended in to actually produce a reaction. In the case of some of the fruit enzyme peels, you're looking for the skin to either lighten, you're looking to help minimize wrinkles, you have a focus for what you're doing, the enzyme peel, hence that's why you're using that particular acid in order to produce a result. The ones that are the heavy peels that really dig down deep, for example, we are like huge fans of very light TCA peeling. However, some people do it in very heavy, very like you can hear doctors, they do it in very high percentages. The higher the percentage is where you start to disrupt the whole skin health and disrupt the ability of the skin to recover properly. So what you're trying to do with peeling is to keep it always so that it encourages collagen and elastin to regrow and or to reconnect. But at the same time, you're also trying to repair damage. So with the heavier peels, it will look baby smooth and great for, I don't know, maybe 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. And then what happens is the skin goes into a recovery phase and it will look much worse than it did prior. So when you're there and you're having that conversation with your esthetician, or you're trying to decide, should I use this retinol or should I do this? All of this exfoliation is meant to be an ongoing, very light, very not a skin disruptor, but the ability to just keep the skin on your toes, sort of like a workout. Even like hydrofacial, the salicylic glycolic that is used in their Glysol is used in different percentages, but it's in order to get a very good smooth surface on the skin, and that gives you that glow that you get with the hydrofacial. Again, there's tons of different acids. Each one has a purpose. I'm super fond of enzymes, especially fruit enzymes, because they have a very specific focus for the skin. So if somebody has pigmentation, a lemon and a lightener is nice. A pomegranate is super nice. And if somebody is looking to rebuild collagen, a passion fruit enzyme is very, very wonderful for helping with that. So there's all of the different acids have different focuses, but you want to make sure that you're always rebuilding the skin afterwards. You're not going to take the skin down to like nothing. You're not going to do a major TCA or anything like that, or combine them with another service that you're doing when you're doing a heavy peel. The skin can't recover from a heavy peel. It's super hard, and you need the skin to stay balanced and in good shape. So again, fall peel season, it's a little bit of a sales tool that's used by the skin industry to get you back into the skin, back in for your facial, back in for the time of the year. It's great to slough off the top layer, but when you start to go deeper than the top layer, that's where the skin is disrupted and it has a hard time recovering. So you want to make sure that if you're going to do something that is super deep with one of your peels, let's say you're going to even go to like a 5% TCA. So you're going to leave it on, and different peels, you leave it on a different time. Salicylic, even a 20%, I mean, it burns like fire. But if you're going to go to that level, you have to make sure that you're replenishing the skin and giving it back all of the nourishment that it needs to help rebuild itself. Vitamins are important after peels, and feeding the skin exactly what it needs to nourish the new skin that's going to be coming to the surface. Also, sun and peels don't go together. So if you're a sun worshiper, I encourage you to get a facial, but I encourage you also to not be really that keen on getting a peel all the time, because what ends up happening is you go back out into the sun, and if you have pigmentation, it's only going to make the pigmentation more because you're taking off the dead skin on top. So you see the pigment underneath, and now it's going to explode. And it's like you let a flower open up with more pigmentation. So you just kind of want to make sure that you're choosing the right one for you, and you're having a conversation. Anybody has a question about peels, please don't hesitate to ask in anything down below in the comments. Ask me. I'll be glad to give you my 30 years of doing peels on people, and what I think is a better choice for skin, healthy skin. And that's where we want to be, because the healthy skin is the one that looks plump, it looks ageless, and the one that ends up over time. Also, thinning the skin with anything that you do, you're always trying to make the skin thicker as we age. Thinner skin does not age well. And so you want to keep that in mind, as you don't want to take off too many layers. So hope that answers everything about peels. It's been great having a little chat with you today. I'm Nancy Reagan, the Ageless Skin Coach. I'm here to help you in the Skin Diva Glow Club to look ageless, glowing, and confident. Like us and tell your friends, and we'll see you soon.